start recording and then enter screen, share, and show my screen anyway. Okay. Um, mm, JavaScript. Start. Okay. There are a couple of things. I mean, we are almost done. We are almost done. Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so there are very few topics left over, and once those topics are done, then we are completed. We complete the JavaScript course. Then we will be jumping into Postman. I think next week, max by next week, we will be completing. Today's Friday. Yeah, yes. By next week, we will be completing the JavaScript, and then uh, there will be 1 week, 1 week, yeah, 1 week of gap where I will be giving for time for practice. Then the next week we will be starting with Postman. It when it comes to Postman, I mean, whatever we have learned, what all we have learned in JavaScript, that is only used in Postman. And using JavaScript, we will be writing our script. So it will be very easy to understand. I hope it will be very easy to understand. The only thing I request is the practice from your end. And not only when you practice one programming language, as I always say, when you practice one programming language, the other programming languages will be very easy. I mean, only the syntax change. Apart from that, the logic will be almost 99%, it will be the same. Yeah, 99% it will be the same. So
Yes.
thank you. So today I have few things which I wanted to discuss today. uh, m- we discussed array.length. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, copy this part. I remember we discussing the length property for array. We discussed the length property for array, but I missed from my end that for string as well. For, okay, for string as well, we have a length property. Same for the string. This is a property. This is not a method. This is a property. When we use parenthesis, then that is a method. If we don't use parenthesis, then that is property. So let me run this first. So we got the length of an array. Same way, we have a property. Recording? Yeah. We have a property for string as well. This is a string variable, right? Tuesday is a string variable. We don't have square brackets. So this is a string variable. Now we can also use length property on the string variable as well. So when I run this, see, I got the length. Now I can add something here. Okay, length of fen, length of string, length of the string is. Okay, now when I run this, see, we got the length. So same property as we have the for array, same property we have for the strings as well. For strings as well, we can use dot length property. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to split this Tuesday word into two two words. I'll be splitting it into two words. How can I do that? Using the split method, which we have discussed. So I'll be using this s. I'll be using s to split this Tuesday into two sections. So once I let me go ahead and print this split day. I'll be storing it in a different variable because when I'm splitting one string into two strings, then that is stored in a different variable, and it is stored in an array format. It is stored in an array format. Let me show it to you. Console.log. Okay. When I run this, see, it has stored in an array format. When we see this square brackets, it means this is an array. And what type of array this is? Strings type of array, right? Because we have single quotes, and this is string form. This is string data type. So, so this split day is an array. And which type of array? it is a string type of an array. Okay, and it has split this Tuesday word into two sections. How we have used this dot split method. Now, in an array, the index starts with 0, right? Index starts with 0. So Tuesday is an index of 0 and day is an index of 1. So when
One.
yeah, when I try to print this, now, okay, what is the length of this day? What is the length of the day word? What is the length of it?
One.
Length, not index, length.
Left. One. One, two, three, four.
Uh, 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the length is 4. Why 4? Because we have space here.
Space is one.
Correct. Space is also
Okay,
given.
okay. Space
Yeah.
is there. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I think if it is very small to visible, but yeah, there is a space. That is the reason the length is 4. Now, uh, okay, I think this is repeated here. Now, we also looked into trim method. I mean, same in Java as well. Same we have in JavaScript, where we can trim it. We can trim end or trim start, or we can just say trim, which will trim if there is any spaces in the word. So that is what I have trimmed here. Okay, let me uncomment this. Okay, now when I run this, see now the length is 3 because the space is gone. The space is gone, and then it trimmed first the space, and then it printed out the length. So the main point here is, as we have the length property in array, uh, in this the same length property we have in strings as well. As we have in arrays the length property, we have it in strings, and this is how you can use it. I mean, you can this is just an example, I mean, which I wanted to show, like how exactly length works if we split a string into an array and then try to print the length of it. So this is how it works. So first what I did, I used split method using the S letter, which I found it might be in the middle. So here 3 characters and here 4 characters. Why? Because space. So I used S here. I can use any other word. I can also say, if we want, I can say U. If I say U as well,
What is the output in split? Excuse me.
this is out. See, this is out.
Okay, split. Okay,
I
okay,
stored
okay.
it in a
U
variable.
is removed.
Sorry. Yes, U is removed. U is removed. U is not considered. U is not considered. It is only considered when trying to
U is
split the word.
removed.
Yeah, U is removed.
Hello?
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. U is completely removed. It is only used to split this word. So when we use U, we have only T, which is on the left hand side, and all other part after the T, which is on the right hand side, is created as a second array. Sorry, not second array, a second index value in an array. So this is how you can split. This is how you can split a string in two sections uh, by using the split method. Sorry, split method.
Actually, hello.
Yeah.
We can split U and D. U, comma D.
Okay, let's try. Not sure. Try that too. Uh,
Split under length. What is split?
Let me comment these. Okay, and let me run this. No, it is not splitting it. It split method takes only one parameter. It doesn't take two parameters. Was this the question?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Split parameter takes only sorry, split method takes only one parameter. It doesn't take two parameters. Here we are passing two parameters. One is u and one is d, right? So this is two parameters, but we should pass only one parameter. So when we pass one parameter, then it will split in a correct way. Okay. Yeah. So this is the first thing which I wanted to discuss. And this one, just one copy. Let's clean this and here. Okay. Why we used return? Okay. I mean, why we used okay here, and then the return is like, you know, what they say, if the value has to be printed outside the function, that is where we use return keyword, and we haven't used any console.log, nothing like that, right? So why exactly we say this? Because it's like giving a message back, stating that the function task is done, and yeah, we are done for the the task and the function. So there's nothing more to be performed from the function. That is why we use return. Okay, see, if you read this, when the say chow function finishes saying chow Peter, have a nice day, which is this one, chow, what is name, we have passed in Peter, chow Peter, have a nice day, it also gives back a message that simply says okay, like a confirmation or receipt saying I'm done. We, I mean, mostly we don't use this, mostly we don't use it, but only to understand what exactly the return keyword does, what exactly the return keyword does when we use it in a function. That is what is explained here. Like the task of the function is this one, which is printing this message. Then after this, there is something, if there is something that needs to be done from the function, that needs to be processed from the function, and then complete the function, then that is where we use return. Okay, now if I write something here, console.log, print this too in the output. Okay, in the out. Now let me know, will this print or will this not print out to the output? Will this line of code prints to the output or will it not print to the output?
Yes. Print the output.
It will print to the output. Okay, let
Yes.
me check. What went
Within
wrong?
parentheses.
Uh-huh. Say ciao, ciao. Okay, this should going to say, yeah. Hmm. Did it print?
No.
No. Why exactly didn't print? Because when we use return keyword, it means that my task, my function task is completed. Now there is nothing more I will be doing from my end. So when we use return keyword, it ends the function task. It ends the function. It will not see what is written after the keyword, after the return keyword. It ignores everything. It ignores everything which is written after the return keyword. Whatever logic, whatever code you write, okay, it will completely ignore it, and it will not return or it will not print anything once you use the return keyword. That
Return
is
to.
what is, yeah, that is what it says. I am done. I'm done doing my task. Now you cannot you cannot you cannot give me more tasks, because I'm returning something back to you. So I'm done for the day and I cannot do any more tasks. So that is what the return keyword is all about. When you use return keyword and then you write some logic after the return keyword, that complete code is ignored. Okay.
Yes.
So this one.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Please screen share in previous example, split wala.
Split one. Okay. Yeah, split. This one.
Yes.
Copy that.
Yes.
Just. Ah, yes.
Mm, I think let days equal to in array Tuesday, comma Sunday. Then split U. I think output क्या है?
Okay, okay. You're saying this days,
Days in
then I
array,
say this is an array, right?
array. Yes.
But
Yes.
we don't have split method in array, right? This is a string method. You're saying, okay, let me tell you. Okay, this is a, okay. What exactly is this? What days? What is days? It is a string or is it an array? Days, is
Array.
this an string or an array? Array, right?
Array.
So arrays doesn't have a split method. It doesn't have the split method. The split method is especially designed, developed only for strings. Only for strings. That is the reason we can
Okay.
only use it on strings. We cannot use it on arrays.
Okay.
Let me open that. I think, yeah. Yeah. Mm, done, done. Arrays. Arrays. Mm, While loop, break, continue. Arrays. Yeah. So this is arrays, and now we'll see creating an array, then indexing, length property, then nested arrays, then yeah, for loop, yeah, array methods and their uses. See, we have length, we have push, we have pop, shift, unshift, index of, and then concat, then spread, then reverse, sort, and includes, splice, and then slice, and then join. Yeah, let me highlight this too. Okay, in green. These are the only methods. I mean, these are the methods that are present in an array. When we are creating an array, these are the methods which we use. We don't have a split method. We don't have split, but we have a splice and slice methods. We do have these, but we don't have split method. So we cannot use split method on an array. Now, if I try to use this, see what happens. Let me comment this and comment this too. Okay, let me try to split it. Okay, you said I can do this as well, right? Mm, D, let's say D. Okay, let me do this. See, split is not a function for days, which means days is an array, and array doesn't have this split function. You can say function, you can say method, anything is fine. I mean, both are used interchangeably. I mean, you can say either function or a method, but this days, which is an array, doesn't have this split method. Okay,
Yes.
understood? Okay,
Yeah.
now coming to yeah, this is the one which I wanted to discuss too. Earlier, and I mean in previous sessions, we did discuss about let and const scope. I mean, how exactly it is. I mean, when we create a let type of variable or a const type of variable, what is the scope of it? I mean, is it a block scope or a function scope or a global level scope? That is what it is discussed here. I mean, this is another example. When we create a let variable, let type of data type of variable, or a const type of data variable, can we can we update the value in the if condition? This is an if condition, right? Either in if condition or in a function, can we do it? See what I'm doing here. I'm using greet1 equal to evening, then greet1 equal to night, which I'm updating this greet1 value to night. Then in if condition, where is this true or false? Is this condition true or false? Is
True,
1
1
equal
equals to 1.
true, right? And what is the mistake I'm
Yes,
doing here? What is the
triple
mistake I'm doing?
equals to.
Yes, triple
Triple equal to.
equals. Yeah. So as this is true, it will get inside the if block. And here what I'm doing, I'm updating the greet1 value to afternoon. And here in function, I'm trying to update the greet1 value again to morning. So I'm trying to update these. Now let's see when I print this greet1, what happens? I mean, will it will it update to morning, or will it update to afternoon, or will it print night, or will it print evening? Okay, let's run this. See, it printed
Afternoon,
night.
right?
Nah, nah. Because let the scope of let variable is only to the global. I mean, only when you write inside this. When you write inside this, okay. Uh, if you say here two and then try to print this, I think outside it's not print. It will not print. But let's try this. Greet. See, it's not defined, so we can do is we can cut this, then print it here. Now it will run. See, now it ran. Okay, so this is a scoping, I can say scoping, uh visibility, or scoping, um how can I say, what is the word I wanted to use? Boundaries, yeah, scoping boundaries for let and const keyword. Only when you're using inside the if block, then it will only consider this block level. This is a block level, right? Open curly braces and close this is a block level. And when you're using inside a function, then it will only be accessed inside the function. Here if I say greet 3, okay, now how can I call this? This is greet 3, then I can go ahead and call this as in this way, right? I can call this in this. Now it will print. Why did it? Okay, I haven't used this console log. Then
Yes.
yeah. So when I print now, it will print. Okay. Huh. Okay. Now tell me, why does it print undefined?
It is console.log with inside in
This,
function.
which is not need to be.
Sorry.
Is defined inside in function.
Uh-huh. Sorry, I didn't understand. Once again, please.
Console.log.
Uh,
Inside the bracket, we need to write that grade 1, grade 2, or grade 3, not that function one.
I don't think so. We need to write this greet 3 here because wish function doesn't have any parameter. It doesn't take any parameter. So why do we need to write greet 3 here? Let me comment this.
It
Okay.
in with bracket inside
Hmm.
bracket
Hmm.
grid 3 is written here.
We should write it. Okay, let me write.
Grid 3 copy
No,
and yes,
Nah,
no,
this is not
we,
defined.
we need to remove, right?
wish I need to remove. But I'm calling the function, right? How exactly we call the function? We use the function name and then parenthesis. So that is how I'm calling the function. Still it is printing undefined.
Because we are not returning anything. That's the reason.
Correct. We need to use a return keyword. When we are using something inside the function and want to use it outside the function, then we use it. Return. Then I need to return this too. Return greet. I can say return greet 3. Got it? If I write the same thing, if I write this, I don't use it here, and I don't use a return keyword, and I write inside here console.log
Which
greet
indicate which.
3. Okay, is the job done? Now it will print morning. Now will it print morning in the output, or it will not
No.
print? Why?
Still, we have not written anything.
No, we don't need to return because we
Okay,
have
we are
written
actually
yeah.
calling the function. Okay.
Correct. We haven't called the function. We need to call the function. We created the function, but we didn't call the function. Okay, why exactly it is returning still undefined? Something. Morning is okay. I don't think so. I need this anymore because yeah, I don't need console.log again here because I'm already doing it here. Yeah. Okay. So these is this is how you play with your code. This is how you understand. Okay, where exactly we are going wrong, where exactly we need to make changes.
Please comment the 19 number line.
Ah,
Then
sorry,
run it.
sorry.
Please comment in like 19 number line.
I
Then
need to
run it.
comment this,
Yes.
and then run it.
Yes.
Yeah, it will print blank because we are not calling the function. Where are we calling the
Okay.
function? We are not calling it, right? In order to use this function, in order to work, in order to make this one function work for us, we need to call it. If we don't call
Call
it,
it fun.
then yeah,
Function call it.
yeah. Now we got it. So if we are not using console.log inside and you want to print this morning outside, and I mean you want to print this morning in the output, then you need to use the return keyword. Okay. If you have already written console.log inside, then you need not to write a return keyword. You can directly call the function. Okay. Understood this part? Is this part understood?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is how function works, and this is how the if condition works, and the let keyword when it is defined in the global level, which means it is not inside any block. Okay, it is not inside any block. This curly braces defines. I mean, it is a block of code. Starting of the curly braces to the ending of the curly braces, it is a block of code. But if your let variable is defined outside of any of the blocks, you can update this outside of the blocks n number of times. That is completely fine. Okay, that is completely fine. Hi, Monday. No, Tuesday, right? Today. No, Tuesday. Okay. This is completely fine. It will print it. But when when you try to access it inside any block, inside any block, that that will not be helpful. That will not do it. See, it will only print outside. You cannot update the same the variable type and variable name with the variable type with a different value inside the block. Let will not allow you. Neither const will not allow you here itself. Const will not allow you here itself. Okay, will I get an error, or will I not get an error here? Will I get an error?
You'll get an yes.
Why?
Um, Because the const value we cannot change.
Correct. Correct.
Yes.
It's saying at the here itself, like there's an error. You cannot change it. Assignment to constant variable. See, this is what it says. Assignment to constant variable. You're trying to change the value of the constant variable, which is not allowed, not recommended, which is not allowed at all. But let you can do it. So this is a scope. So whenever you try to create, when you're creating a variable outside of the block and trying to change the variable inside of the block, any block of code, it might be if condition or a for loop or a function. Okay, you're trying to change that particular variable value. You cannot do it. I mean, it will not. When you try to print the output, you will not get the expected output. You will be thinking that it will be printing morning, but it prints the outside of the block code, which is the latest update. Okay, so this is the one. This is the reason why we talk about let and const a lot, and the scope and the access of the variables, access of the values of the variables, because we will be using let and const only. We don't use var keyword at all. We don't use var data types at all, because that is an uh, what I can say, that is an old version of JavaScript. New version, always we always use let and const keywords only, not the var ones. If you see old browsers, very old browsers which have been developed a long back before 2015, if you see the javascript code, that is where var keywords are used. Now in the latest javascript, you will be only seeing let and const keywords being used. And we didn't had what they say const keyword before 2015. There was no const keyword. Const keyword was introduced after 2015, the latest version of javascript. Okay. Now this one. Okay. think This is also, I mean, this is a string variables. Okay, how can these are, I wanted to give this as an assignment. Is it okay if I can give this an assignment? Because rather than me explaining, if you try it once, okay, okay, this one, let me do one thing. Hmm. I'll give the complete code. Just I want you to write it multiple times. Write it multiple times so that it will be a practice. It will be a practice. Uh, okay, this one. Give me the count, like how many times day occurs in the code, and the second one in the same day thing. This is also this is also one of the, and okay, this index of, okay, index of is a string method. This is an not an array method. Okay, if I see here, uh, yeah, strings, uh, escape, lowercase, uppercase includes character. Nah, this index of, where exactly index of, indexing, indexing. Yeah, there you go. This is the one. Okay, this is a string method. Index of is a string method. Okay, so this uh day day new code. Okay, this is a new code, and day. What is day? Okay, let me write that too. Okay, this. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are concatenating day, which is Tuesday, is a day to remember. Okay, this is a complete string. And let me comment this all. Okay, comment this all, and let me comment this too. And here I want to check the index of day. Now tell me which index, value it will print? Will it print this day index value or this day index value? The day that is present in Tuesday, it will print this one, the index, or this one. Which one it will
Line number
consider?
6 number index. Line number 6 of day.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, first let me do one thing. Let me go ahead and run this. Okay. Okay. So now tell me which one it will print, which index it will print. Uh, Still it will print this one or this day index. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me run this.
Same line number six
Tuesday.
only. The
Line
first one.
First one, yes,
first
because
one.
whenever we use index of, it will check for the first one. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, this one. Uh, 1 minute. Let's
0.
see.
T T is counted 0. 0,
Yeah, yeah. No, no,
U1,
no. One.
E2.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad, my bad. Okay, I was checking the length. Okay, yeah. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it printed the
Yes.
first this one. Okay. Why exactly it printed this one? Because here we are concatenating this word along with this sentence. So it will check for the first one. Here it will check, okay, day, here is the first. That is the reason the first index, whatever the first index it finds, that is printed here. Now we'll see. Let me comment this. Okay, and let me run this. Now what we are doing here, we are giving two parameters. One is day, and then we are giving the index. Okay, this is the index. Which index is this? 5, right? So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A
Okay.
is 5 index. So now tell me which index it will print. Which index? Val1, which index it will print? Will it print this day 1, or this will, or it will consider day 2?
Day 1.
Day 1. Let me run this.
Day two,
Okay, 2, yes. Why? Why?
because you are
Because
given 5. So
yes,
after 5, it will check.
yes. We said to JavaScript stating that print the day index, but start from 5 index. Start the index from 5. Here we haven't said anything to JavaScript. Here we haven't said. We just said print the index number wherever you find the day, wherever you find first the day, print that particular index. But here we said start from 5. Okay, that is the second parameter which we have given. Start from 5. Now if I say 13, 13 is the this one, right? Now I say 15 here. Now tell me what will be the index value? What will be the value of val1, which is this? When I printing this, what will be the value of it?
Why?
Sorry, what will
Why?
be the value? 5.
Nee, nee, why? Why?
Why? You said why? Uh, Sorry, I didn't get
Uh,
understand. Okay, let me print it and let me show it to you. See, -1. Why it printed -1? Why it printed -1? We remember, right? We remember discussing this. Like, if if that word is not present, then it will print -1. It will not print 0. It will not print undefined. It will print -1. That is how index of um, index of method logic is written in the backend by the JavaScript developers. So if we don't find it, now we can also check other ones. Like if I say which one we have, uh,
Remember.
remember. Okay, let's go with the remember thing, and I need to count that. Remember. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20, right? Okay, 20. So I'm giving here 21. Let's see what it prints. See, it's still printed -1. Why? Because
Actually,
we
I did
wanted,
not understand.
sorry,
Actually, I did not understand the index of this example.
this example.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay, let me do one thing. Can I see? Okay, first, let me use the same day thing. Okay, and let me go with 5. Did
correct.
you understand this part?
No, no, no,
No,
no, actually.
this one you didn't understand. Okay, see, what is the index? Okay, let me run this too. Okay, this is, let me write something here. Mm, first, okay, space, space, first check, first check. Okay, and then this is the second check. Okay, let me run this and let me comment this. I don't want the length. Okay, now this is a sentence, right?
Yes,
This is a sentence. Now what we are doing at the first, we are checking what is the index of day. Okay, what is the index of day?
yes,
We have given only one parameter. We wanted to check the index of day. So what will JavaScript do? It will check where exactly the day comes in this sentence. It will check it and it will print the index number. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
oh,
4 is where the
yes,
day comes in. So it printed, right?
yes,
Now I don't want this day index to be printed. I don't want this day index to be printed. I want this day index to be printed. What I did, I used the same day because I want the day index to be printed, right? Then I started my index count from 5. Why I counted from 5? Because 4, if I take 4 here, it will still print 4. It will still print 4. Why? Because here it has found in 4, it has found the word day. But I don't want the first day. I want the second day. That is the reason I skipped from 4 to 5 index. I said the JavaScript, okay, what is 5 here? 5 is the starting index count. Starting index count. So in the second parameter, we said to JavaScript, do not count from 0. Do not count from 0 till 4. Do not count from 0 to 4. Skip all those part. Count from index 5. When it counted from index 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is where another day came into picture. So it printed the index of 13. Understood? We started the index count from 5. That is the main
yes.
funda here. Okay. Now,
Counting start from 5.
correct. Count from 5. Now let's say, remember, uh, in those days. Now tell me, if I want to print the index of this one, this day, what change should I make here? What should be the starting index number here? What should be the starting index number here? Index number count here. What should be the starting index number count here? Hello?
Can I answer?
Yes, yes. Anyone.
For,
Yeah, anyone is fine.
okay, 14.
Perfect. Why 14? Because in 13 we got this day. In 13 we got this day. So I don't want this day to be printed now. I want to skip this 13th index, then start from 14. Okay. When I start from 14, then it will print this day index. So that is how, I mean, these are two parameters. I mean, if you don't want to print the, if you want to skip some part, the first part, then you use a parameter, second parameter, where your index counting should start. That is what you give in a second parameter. Okay. I hope this is clear.
Yes.
Okay. Practice it. Okay. Practice it once. Not once. It's okay if you practice it 10 times, that is completely fine. But you need to understand the logic. You need to get the logic. If you get the logic, then it is very simple. It is very simple. Okay. The only thing is we have to provide the index number where exactly the counting should start of the index. The counting should start from the for the index. Okay. And this I will be giving as an assignment. I mean, it's not an assignment. The complete code is written here. What I request you to do is write this once on your online compilers or IDEs or Notepad. Anywhere is fine. Anywhere is fine. Um, and see the output. Check the output. When you check the output, see how exactly this code is written, how the logic is written. Okay, how the logic is written. So then you will get to understand, like, okay, here what I did is give me the count of how many times day occurs in the quote. Okay, what is a quote? This is a quote. So I'll provide you the quote as well, or you can write your own code. That is completely fine. Where you can have multiple day words included in your code. That is also fine. You can write a big paragraph as well, where it has multiple day words included in that paragraph. Okay. Then write this code. If if you can, if you want, you can repeat this code uh, twice, thrice, until you get the logic. Once you get the logic, then you can jump into the another one. Okay, this is the first example, and this is the second one, and then okay, this is the second one, and this is the third one. Yeah. Okay, I'll provide it in a notepad. I mean, sorry, in a text file, in the group itself. Please practice it. Okay, so that is all for today, and please practice this too, for the second parameter. If you want to understand the logic more, please practice this too. Yeah, that is all for today. Tomorrow we will be looking at three very important methods. Actually, those methods are related to arrays, but it is also chaining of methods, which is called map, filter, and reduce methods, which is used a lot. Um, so we will be discussing it tomorrow. Then we will jump into something new topics from Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday, right? Yeah, from Thursday. Okay. And if you don't understand any of this, we will be discussing it tomorrow. Okay. Any queries, any doubts, any questions, we will be discussing it tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is all for today. Uh, and please do practice. And I'll share this code right away, because this I want you to practice this one. This is little very important, because to understand this logic. Okay, it will really help you in interviews. That is the reason. Okay, great. That is all for today. Thank you everyone, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good
Thank you,
night.
sis.
Good night. Bye bye.
Good night.
Stop.